y'all. Good morning. It's morning here, and it seems like I may have some time to chat with you about this, and I feel like I should because it's at the forefront of my awareness, and I want to have this conversation without causing any harm to anybody that I love. And my intention is to maybe provide a lens that is maybe not being spoken to in the way that I'm going to speak to it. And this is so huge for me. I'm calling it the separation of women from our true essence. And that being one of the major players in the oppression of humanity. It's just one of the chess moves that they've done, and it's a very great job that they've done. Separating women from our true nature and our true essence. And I'm being reconnected to this idea and this teaching through my own journey. Through almost 2 years in of breastfeeding my son, and the immense ups and downs that has brought for me internally. Mostly ups though, and the huge ups that it's created for him, this very healthy, vibrant little boy. And I know that not all women can breastfeed, want to breastfeed. Maybe they try and they give up because nobody fucking prepares us for after you have a baby and then now you're supposed to know how to do this thing that is really not as common anymore. It's more common to pump or do formula, and so it's almost like, oh, don't even worry about it. You can just do this instead. And maybe some women give up before they've really even had the energy to see it through. It's wild to me how little information and support there is for women in breastfeeding. And I am grateful that I had a fairly easy time with that. Because I just knew that there was there was no other way for me. But before Cairo was here, I was like, oh yeah, I'll breastfeed for maybe a year, then we'll just stop. And it's like, no, you cannot just stop unless if you wean and before your child is ready. And that's a whole other emotional roller coaster and potentially traumatic thing. So in so many ways, the women that I'm walking with, probably you listening to this, we are making these whole new ways for women to be in the world that is like a full spectrum woman. And the parts of us that are deeply feminine and nourishing and nurturing, I feel like a super woman being able to nourish my child like this. Like, the breast milk rabbit hole goes deep, my friends. It is like the nutrition and the antibodies like that get created inside of breast milk, and the breast milk contents change based on your child's saliva. It's like a freaking reciprocity. We've been talking about that. It is so many things. And I just think so often about how I don't have a ton of friends around me to even talk with about this, because it's just not as common to do it this long and to do it all. And again, I know it's wildly triggering for people, and I do not want to cause any harm by speaking to this. What I'm speaking to is like the common enemy, what my lover is now referring to as the powers that were. And I love that. He's like so clear, like my little wizard man. He's so clear that we are going through a turning of the guard, and all of these things that are being exposed about trafficking humans and the music industry and how corrupt and inverted, it's all tied into the same thing. And that's awesome, because then the part of our mind that wants to complicate why things are on this planet the way they are, we don't have to do any of that, because it's all tied to the same thing. And this separation of women from their innate nature and their innate essence, from our innate essence, is like one of the core inversions. You see it in so many forms. So that's one of them that I just wanted to speak to really quickly. And the other one, again, I would like to do no harm, but we have to speak to it. And it's injectables in our faces and this stopping aging situation that they've just really capitalized on for women. Like, oh, are you sure you want that wrinkle on your face? I could just put this into your body and then it'll go away and your face will stop aging. But what it also does to faces is it stops them from being able to fully express. If you have seen any of the celebrities or any woman in your life with lots of injectables, you will see that less expression is involved in their faces because they can't express the same way anymore. So what does that do for human connection when women, elder women who are full of wisdom and life and just goodness, can't fully express themselves or their face? Like, I don't know what that will do. I just know what I'm choosing, and I do not have any judgment towards any woman that's choosing to get Botox and injectables. Like, I get it, and it has taken me some serious work over the past couple of years when I would do a photo shoot and my little eye smiley lines are there for me to rewire my brain, because who the fuck is saying that that is ugly and that that is bad? But it was so deep in me, like, like maybe I should look into this. Maybe I should do this. What face scrub can I get? Etc., etc. Such a deep and unending rabbit hole. And it's so normalized now. So my hope today is that I can offer another lens of, it doesn't have to be normalized if you really, truly do not want to choose that. And here comes an awake baby. All right, we got him on the tap. So ultimately, choose what you want. Please choose from your deepest, purest, playing on your own team place that you can muster up. And if you don't have that place within you, it's time for all of us to do the work to discover that we all do have that place in us. We all have this very wise and loving and peaceful place inside of all of us that needs nothing outside of ourselves to feel all of the good emotions and all of the negative emotions. We have the ability to feel all of it. And that is a part of, again, the feminine true essence, is our ability to feel, our ability to ride the waves of magnetism and emotion and purifying our emotions, purifying our anger, purifying our sadness. But that involves us feeling the parts of those emotions that are attached to our own painful experiences. The control matrix does not want you to feel the things, to discover your own inner power. It wants you to have quick, easy Band-Aid solutions so that you can keep on going, being entertained and distracted and controllable. And so many of us just aren't playing that game anymore. And it doesn't mean that we can't be entertained. I love me a good show, a good concert, a good live music. Like, hell yeah, sign me up. But the quality of the awareness that you bring to your life will absolutely change as you decide, I'm going to allow less trickery on my life. I'm going to feel more empowered in my life. I'm going to be less reliant on outside substances and appointments and friggin' altercations to my purity. And I'm just going to allow less of that and just really distill this reality through being less distracted and caught up in having anything to prove, because you really don't. And I feel eternally blessed to be surrounded by so many women who are on this wavelength. And even if you aren't, and if I sparked something by having this conversation, thank you for being present for the sparking. And I am forever open to having all types of conversations about this journey of being on planet Earth together during this time. Holy crap. Yeah, just a little shorty today. By the time you guys get this, I'm going to be in Ireland, balls deep inside that magical island of Ireland. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. I'm looking to my left and I have not a very big suitcase for bringing Cairo and me, and my mom is going. Wow. So on the other side of this, I'm sure I'll have a reflection for you. Onwards, everything goes. And this podcast remains my desire to stay connected to my own light and goodness, and to the part of me that feels plugged in to the ultimate light socket, which is the universe, the creation of all. And what a time to be plugged in. I love y'all. Reach out if you have reflections, reviews, comments. All of that just helps women in our lives who may be seeking a vibration like what I'm putting off. Maybe they'll find me. And I trust that'll happen as it's supposed to. Love y'all so much. Let's take a big breath in. Let's let it go.